All right, so now we're going to talk goals because if you don't have a solid goal in mind and mini goals along the way, it's so easy to just fall off track and just forget what you're working towards when hard times come up and you're just unfocused. We want focused direction. So I'm going to have you work on some different specific goals following SMART goal criteria, and I'll go over that in a second. I want you to set up a big, scary goal for yourself that you can work towards. Then I want you to set up some short term goals and some longer term goals. But I'm going to show you the pages to walk through. But let's talk about a SMART goal in general. SMART goals get their name because they're specific, S, measurable, M, achievable or attainable, A, relevant, realistic, that's the R, and T, they have a time to them, they're time bound. So instead of saying, I want to lose weight, that's so broad, that's so general, like who knows how much weight you want to lose? How long do you want to take to lose this weight? It's just too general. It's not specific enough. We want very specific and detailed for our brains. So we can have something that we're working towards and we can actually see it and envision it. So specific, let's go ahead and I'll just make up a goal, like something that would fall in the SMART goal criteria. So let's go. I want to lose 15 pounds in the next 8 months. So that is specific. I want to lose 15 pounds. It's measurable. 15 pounds will show up on the scale. I can measure that. Yes, 15 pounds in 8 months is achievable. It's not unrealistic at all. Relevant, realistic. Yes, that's realistic for that time frame. And then time bound, we've got the 8 months. So I want to lose 15 pounds in the next 8 months. Completely doable. That's the SMART goal. That's just the template. So if you start writing a goal and it doesn't fit all of these, then that means you need to add or adjust a little bit to it. So with the worksheets that I have for you, I want you to come up with a big goal for this year. Something that kind of scares you a little bit. It's like, ooh, I'm like reaching a little bit to get to this. It's not going to be super just simple. Like, it's not like, let me go make my bed. Like, I can do that in a second. Something that's going to challenge you, something that you can work towards in this next year. And I want you to write that down. Then I want you to write down who you need to become if you want to make this goal happen. What does this person do in their daily life who made this goal happen? What kind of actions, what kind of habits? Like, who is this person and who do I need to become for this goal to be true? And the next one says, what habits and behaviors do I need to start doing that I'm not doing right now to work towards the goal? So then, what healthy habits and behaviors are you already doing that would lead you in the right direction to attain this goal, but you might need to expand on a little bit? Write that down. Then I want you to identify the poor habits or behaviors that you're doing right now that are going to bring you away from this goal and you need to stop. And then come up with 3 different things that you could do to make this plan, like to make this actually a reality. These little steps are perfect for almost any goal that you set. I would almost like go through any of your longer term goals or even your short term goals and think of things that you could adjust. Some of them will probably overlap, especially if it's like you have milestone goals for your weight loss, like 5 pounds by this date, 10 pounds by this date. Some of these would overlap, but for your big, scary goal, I want you to definitely do these questions. And then go to the next. Here is a more detailed action plan to make this big goal a reality. And you can write your different action steps, identifying obstacles that could come up along the way. That's going to really help you further down the line. Maybe right now you're not thinking about any obstacles because you're so in it and so ready, but there's going to be obstacles. There's always obstacles. Then identify like how you could overcome these obstacles. This starts to set up a game plan for when things get tough and you might let the obstacles get in the way. How can you overcome them so that they don't throw you off track? And write all this down. And there's a cute little progress chart. You can come back and keep updating how far along and how closer you're getting to this specific goal that you set for yourself. I really like this action plan, especially the obstacles, because obstacles are always going to happen. You are not going to have smooth sailing all the time. It's just not possible. Things always happen. I feel like even if you lived in a cave, something would happen. Uh, so definitely identify your obstacles, that maybe things that happened in the past that messed you up on things. And then think about how you can overcome them and have this plan that you can review. And when things get tough, come back to it and take a look. Okay. Then after that, we really want to start to identify some short-term goals. So you have some benchmarks along the way, things you can be excited about when you check them off and you're like, yes, I did this. Because it can be daunting to have this big goal. Like I had to lose 70 pounds. I've lost over 70 pounds. But if I only focused on getting to 70 pounds down, I wouldn't have, it would have been, I probably would have crashed and burned. I celebrated different milestones along the way. I remember 30 pounds being fantastic, 45 pounds being like amazing. Really, like it would seem like every 10 pounds was awesome still. But I remember 30 and 45 was like, wow, that's a huge difference. And then then it started to become the actual numbers I was seeing on the scale. And I was like, wow. And then it just started getting ridiculous. I was like, 60 pounds, 65 pounds, 70 pounds. And it was like amazing. But I had these little short term goals along the way, and they were not all weight related. Some of my goals were some fitness goals. Like I wanted to be able to get back into playing soccer. I wanted to be able to do a lot of different things. So you need to think about the different shorter term goals that you could accomplish between now and the next 6 months, and then come up with some longer term goals, things that are going to take more than 6 months to get there, but maybe not, past 3 years. You can have even longer term goals, but we're just going to keep it between 6 months and the next 3 years, because a lot of times people forget that even when they get their weight off, the maintenance piece is actually pretty difficult. So time frame of like maybe in the next 3 years, I want to have maintained a 70-pound weight loss for at least a year. Like, it's thinking a little bit long term and setting yourself up another milestone, because after I lost this 70 pounds, it was like there was no more of those kind of number goals on the scale to get excited about. And I didn't even congratulate myself for being successful and keeping it off for so long so far. I'm obviously not going back. That is not happening. My mindset is so strong that that is not going to happen. Um, but it's setting these goals up so that you have something you can be looking forward to and different things you can celebrate along the way and be working towards besides your big goal. Okay. That is the next activity. So just ignore that. All right, go ahead, get started. Take your time. If this takes you a little bit of time to identify everything that you want to work on, that's okay. But I really want you to have your goals written down. Make sure they're SMART goals. Review these. I know some people that look at them in the morning and at night. If you keep these top of mind and super focused with them, you have a better chance of working towards them and actually accomplishing them versus, I set kind of a goal, but I'm not really too worried about it. But when it's like, yes, this is what I'm going to get done, you are going to do it. So go ahead, get started, and I will see you in the next video.